One of the more recent additions to Ventura's historic downtown is a colorful, lively shop called Ecugreen, opened in 2017 by Martha Cantos. Located on 231 Main Street next to the Mission San Buenaventura, Ecugreen specializes in handcrafted goods from Ecuador, which Cantos personally and lovingly hand selects. Cantos, who was born in Nicaragua and raised in Ventura, developed a passion for the traditional arts of Ecuador while living there in the 1980s.
I went to Ecuador. I started learning about the fabulous tawa nut, and I started inquiring about it. So I started learning the process and the making and everything, and I just fell in love with the identity that it's passed on from generation to generation. The artisans, when they make it, it's an art that they have developed through their great-grandparents and parents, and they have taken on, and it's their way of providing an income for their families.
She began purchasing items from local craftsmen and women as gifts for friends and family back home. Soon she found herself selling them as a hobby and reinvesting her profits into more and more stock. Many of the unique items Cantos imports are made from tagua nuts. The tagua tree, also called the Ecuadorian ivory palm, produces nuts very similar in texture and durability to animal ivory. It provides a cruelty-free, eco-friendly alternative to the use of Indian and African elephant tusks. Cantos is passionate about her tagua nut products and feels a strong connection to the beautiful trees they come from.
I live it, I breathe it, I feel it, I smell it. I have dreams with the palm trees, and every time I go to Ecuador, I go to the tawales. They're called tawales, where all the palm trees are, and it's just being in heaven. So I kind of know what heaven's gonna look like when I go there.
While Cantos had an intimate knowledge of the products she wanted to sell, she admits that running a retail store was unfamiliar territory. For this, she turned to Women's Economic Ventures, or WEAVE. A Santa Barbara-based organization since 1991, WEAVE offers microloans and self-employment training.
I knew a lot about my business, I knew a lot about my product, I know all of my artisans and everything, but I knew very little about the ins and outs of having a store. So WEAVE has been a great supporter of me opening the store.
Today, her passion for the fine craftsmanship of Ecuador fills the shop with colorful and exotic jewelry, hats, textiles, and much more. But it's not just merchandise that Cantos brings from Ecuador to Ventura. It's the identity and the culture of Ecuador. It's this transference of traditional arts and history, which she passes from artisan to customer, that truly excites Cantos.
Everything has a history. The hammock that I have on my window has been there for a year and 3 months, and I was there when it was being made. So just to pass on the history from how they make it to pass it on to the people that buys the product. It's not just about selling something, it's about passing on the history.